Hello everyone and welcome to the Scrappy Sisters. It's Katie here today and I've got another 12 by 12 layout for you. I'm just showing you the photo there. It's of my gorgeous little cat Mac and we are holding hands in this photo. I thought it was very cute. I just went through my stash. I pulled out some pieces of coloured pattern paper that I thought might work, and I just wanted to try and use up some of my scraps. So I've gone for a pretty neutral sort of layout, although in the end it probably does look a little more feminine than I had intended, but that's okay. I'm not sure where this piece of pattern paper came from, so apologies for that, but I'm just now working out I really loved this piece of paper and I really wanted to sort of make it a big feature, so I'm sort of working out how I want to use it. I am going to use it on the right hand side there, and in the end I decided to rip the white cardstock just to give the edge that more textured look, and then stick down the 12 by 12 or the now ripped piece of 12 by 12 cardstock onto this, just to give it that sort of bit of texture, but also to make that pattern paper shine and sort of, you know, really pop on the page. So I'm just flipping my board over so that it has the 12 by 12 markings on it, so I can just make sure that when I lay my cardstock down it's the right size. So you can see me just stretching the edge of the paper there, and of course, you know, I never stick it quite square, so I just trim a little off and no one ever notices. So just squaring up that piece of pattern paper again. Now just deciding what I'm going to do with my photo. So I want to pop it up on some layers. In the end, quite a lot of layers. So I'm just backing it onto this lighter coloured patterned paper here. It's got some very faint ledger lines in it, but you can't really tell. It's just used it as a bit of a photo mat. And just a tiny bit of it pokes through. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. I'm in Melbourne and it's Sunday today, and it is just a very miserable looking day outside. Where I live you can see the hills, and it's sort of very foggy and I can't actually see the top of the hills today, so you know, it's a very dreary old day. So you can see just backing a few scraps on. I've got sort of more brown and earthy toned pieces of paper, so even though that one's got the sort of pink, it's still a wood grain, and it's still that sort of more what I would call an earthy sort of piece of paper, and the colour tones in it. So I'm sort of sticking to that theme. The rug in the background that Mac is lying on is sort of brown and orangey bluey sort of colours, so, and he's obviously a ginger cat, so just trying to keep those tones to the paper. I didn't want anything, you know, really outrageous, so just going through and trying to use up some of my scraps. There's a bit of open book in there, quite a bit of open book paper I think, from memory in there, and the rest is just other bits of patterned paper that I had lying around in my scraps box. This takes me a while to sort of mat all my photos, I will say. I'm sorry, to layer my layers and to choose the patterns I want and how I want them to look. Even though I throw everything together and I don't plan it out, I still do faff around a bit, and I have no idea what I'm doing now. I think trying to find something. I'll put something away, I think, so it doesn't fall. So yeah, here we go. That is definitely a piece from the open book collection. It's got words on it and a few sort of more orangey tones in those in that paper, so I thought that really helped with a little bit of the orange that was on the blanket. So I used that one, and then obviously that black stripe, that's from open book as well. I've got the 6x6 paper pad. I'm trying to use up the last few sheets in it, so I've added those to this layout. I think that's the last pattern paper that I use for my layers. Now I'm just trying to work out how I want to embellish. So I try with the doily, I try with these die cuts, but in the end I think it's a bit too much with the large piece of pattern paper on the right hand side there, so I didn't want too much sort of to take away from, I guess, the paper that I've used as a feature, although in the end I do use a lot of ephemera, more than I would normally use probably. I'm trying to work out my title. I want to use some of these phrase or word stickers I've got over here, and I do end up going with Better Together. I thought it was really cute given that Mac has his paw in my hand, and I decided to take a little photo of that. So I'm just placing that down first, my title down first, just so I can sort of put the ephemera around it. and I write a little "We Are," so it sort of says "We Are Better Together" as our title, and that's Maggie Holmes' open book sticker sheet, and I've pretty much finished. I pop a few of those stickers onto this layout just because I'm so close to being done. I just want to use up this sticker sheet. So I didn't, however, use the little the dart for the dartboard. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but that one is one of the only stickers left on that sheet, apart from obviously the little alpha stickers. But I've used up most of my vowels, and I think that alpha sticker sheet is almost done. These are just a few random black circles with gold foiled design on them that I just got from Spotlight, so just popping them down. I thought about using another word, but I thought that was a bit much, so I didn't put that in the corner. This is me just layering up a few of the stickers there for the open book sheet. Again, I'm so close to finishing. I just wanted to use that up, but I couldn't quite get them all on the layout. Now I'm sort of working out, I want to do a little banner up in that top corner, and I've got a pack of die cuts from the Reject Shop here in Australia, which is just like a $2 shop or a $1 spot. You have them in the rest of the world as well, and they're actually really cute little ephemera. They've got I would probably say more of a rose gold foil on them, and that one says wonderful. So I'm just layering up sort of for a little embellishment cluster in the right hand corner there. So I end up just matting that word wonderful on a bit of vellum I had left over. It's actually got a bit of gold foil in it as well, that vellum, so it's just got a cute little pattern. I actually think it's from Stamping Up. I've had it for ages, and then I've put a little just a craft cardstock banner behind it, and I've layered that on there. I really wanted to use those that cat face mask, just because it's a picture of my cat, but really it couldn't quite go. I pulled out another little ephemera piece of a cat, because I thought, where else am I going to use a cat unless I'm doing a layout about my cat? But no, again, it didn't really work. So I just pulled out a few other bits that I thought might go. I thought that that acetate piece, floral, might work. And then I pulled out a few other bits of floral, and that grey bow in the top left, that ends up staying there, and I pop a couple of other pieces of floral ephemera sort of down the bottom. So just sticking that down on the side, I need to sort of pop it under my under my title, sorry. So I do just lift that up a little bit and then stick it back down, but you know, those stickers work well, those foam thickers, to be able to sort of adjust them a bit. So I end up popping the bigger floral piece on the right hand side as well, just to kind of balance it out a bit. Popping another little floral up the top, and the bow, and another little floral piece just to sort of tie it in together. Those colours in the floral piece, there's sort of some blues up the top, they really match in with the blue circles on the right hand piece of pattern paper there, and the pink in the pattern paper are a really close match too, with the floral pink and the pattern paper pink. So I thought that all kind of worked quite well together. There's also a couple of grey spots in that pattern paper as well, so I thought that worked. I'm sort of trying to put some more on the page, and then I think, no, Katie, stop, that's enough, you've done enough. So I'm just tidying my workspace a bit, because I am going to put some splatters on here. So I get out, I'm just going off to find my splatter. So I've got my gold Heidi Shine, and I've also got a Kaiser Craft Navy, I think it is. It might even be charcoal. So I've just covered my photo a bit. I'm really shaking up that gold Heidi Shine. I think I was pushing play on YouTube there as well. I watch YouTube videos while I craft. So I'm really shaking it. I find that's the only way I can get it to work. A few of the other girls on YouTube and a couple of Facebook groups that I'm in have said the same thing. You've really got to shake it. So I'm checking the bottom just to make sure all that colour's moved around before I start splattering it around the page, and then I do the same thing with the Kaiser Craft brand. I find they don't need to be shaken up as much. It could also be the colour. This charcoal, I find that it works. You don't need to sort of do that too much. You don't need to shake it too much. So that's the end of my layout. I do have some close-up photos coming up. I really loved this photo, and I'm really happy with how the layout worked. So I hope you enjoyed the close-ups. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and please like, comment and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks, bye.